Now, this is the fourth battle Julius and I fought. And now I'm playing as the Dacians. Julius is playing as the Greek city-states. See that I'm moving my archers like that. And the Dacians basically... they're basically like Scythia, as I said before, except they have better infantry, but the cav is not as good. Not good at all. I mean, barbarian noble cav that the Dacians have is just plain sucks. It's not as good as headhunting maidens or Scythian nobles of the Scythians. Like, you see that the strength of Dacia lies in its missiles. And you can see that here that I probably should have brought more Trojan Ultra warbands, because against another player who has long range archers,
Yeah.
it'll most likely they'll have more long range archers. They'll bring a lot of long range archers, so you want to win the long range archer fight so that the enemy can come to you. Now, playing against the Greeks is I find it to be somewhat risky. Somewhat risky if you don't bring a lot of somewhat risky if you don't bring light cav, because then the Greek player can just, you know, harass you badly and endlessly with light cav. Anyway,
Oh.
yeah, basically you might have noticed it's basically the same army that Julius brought against me when I was playing as Numidia.
You should have just taken my army.
And you can see, I think that Julius has four units of Cretans that outclass my 2 units of chosen Ultra warbands. So in the long range department, I'm gonna obviously lose. I know I do have horse archers, but the problem with that is the fact that Julius is using his light cav very well in preventing my horse archers from attacking his Cretans, and my chosen Ultra warbands are paying the price. You can see there that I didn't pay attention, so my Scythian mercenaries got caught. Poor man. So basically, I'm gonna be forced to move up soon. Against the Greek player, the main problem lies in the fact that the end game, in which the fact that Greece has very good infantry, and as Dacia, the only way to counter such very strong Greek infantry is with archers. Is with your archers, and that means if you lose the archer engagement, basically you're screwed when you're facing against a Greek player, because you have nothing to answer to. I mean, if the Greek player just forms a new box when you don't have any missiles left with archers, then you're basically screwed, because Dacian infantry and Dacian cavalry, they can't fight armored hoplites toe to toe. You see Julius making some very threatening movements with his militia cav. It's we like right up point blank. They're just saying hi. Put my guys in Cantabrian circle. Yeah, and I try to engage his militia cav. Militia cav are javelin armed skirmishing cav, so they could they have skirmish mode, so they can run away automatically. Fairly annoying. You see that Julius is making even more threatening movements that I cannot return to. And you can see here that, yeah, he makes a really good move. He attacks the spot where I was very vulnerable at. I didn't realize that until much later. warbands. I'm trying to win the missile department, win the missile fight here. Yeah, and JuLiUs keeps on continuously attacking spots where I'm weak. Very, very good move. Very, very good play by him, and very, very bad play by me. I mean, I shouldn't be letting this happen, really. You can see that I'm absolutely doing nothing to attack. I probably should be a little bit more aggressive, at least. Because at this point in the game, I have to be offensive. Because obviously you can see here that I'm going to lose the missile department if I just sit still and do nothing. I think he still has basically all his missiles left except one. And then he aims at my Scythian horse archers. I think he routes the one on my right. Yeah, he routes the one on my right flank. See down there, it goes into a little white flag. Not looking very good for me. I think at this point JuLiUs goes, JuLiUs then goes to tight formation at this point, probably because he sees there's really no need for him to stick and loose, because my guys, I basically lost all my ammo and all my guys and all my archers. I'm really no threat to his hoplites now, unless he like shows his back to me or something, but I think any competent player wouldn't act that stupid. Now the only way for me to actually win is probably rush, and rushing in this situation is probably very, very risky because JuLiUs has armored hoplites, phalanx units, which will eat any barbarian unit alive, basically. Yeah, you can see here that because JuLiUs went to tight formation, it's much easier to attack his archers, so I do that right away. I managed to rout one unit of archers, but that barbarian cav gets snagged. You can see here that all his militia cavs moving in, so I think it looks like I could try and rectify the situation by destroying all his militia cav. So I move all my guys in to try and defeat his militia cav. However, I don't get the success I wanted. I don't get the success I wanted. I mean, I routed a few units of militia cav, but not as much as that I would like to call a great victory. I mean, I probably did more damage to myself. I did more damage to myself than I did to him. And you can see because the guys went to phalanx mode, all his archers became vulnerable. So I immediately aimed to attack his archers. I want to eliminate as many of them as possible. This is the fight this is probably the fight that I want to be in. I want to be in a fight like this, like when I'm going one-on-one on it with his militia cav, because in that kind of engagement I will win. I want to go one-on-one with this kind of fight. Tyr is trying to run away while I'm trying to chase him. It's much more difficult for me to chase him because his guys are light cav. However, his militia cav are pretty tired, so I'm probably able to catch him. That's why I was probably able to catch him. And my guys are relatively fresh compared to him, and his guys are pretty tired. See, two of my barbarian noble cav came back, which is good. And one of my units of decimated falxmen also came back. So he's running his cretins. Those cretins are running for puny little lives. But he's able to get his hoplites in the mix. So I have to run away or my cav will get destroyed. can see that some of my archers basically have no ammo left at all. This is not a situation where I really want to be in. The fact that JuLiUs has basically all his infantry intact, and he's forming a noob box. Pretty funny. He's forming a noob box so that he has no flanks exposed. This is normally I wouldn't like doing a noob box, but in this type of situation, like, I don't have any ultras left. I don't have any ultra ammo left to actually hurt any of his armored hoplites with missile fire. It's a very good move. It's not a newbie move. It's only a noob. I guess it's only a newbie move if you make a noob box at the beginning of the battle. And these barbarian noble cab, they just bite it, the dust, and just rout it. My gosh, it's like they just get one flame volley and they just run. Pansies. You can see here it makes a noob box. I mean, in a late game like this, when I have no missiles, it's a very good move, especially against any barbarian faction, because barbarian factions have no answer to noob boxes like this. Well, provided that you disable the missile component, but yeah. Here JuLiUs is trying his best to probably just get my archers. I mean, he doesn't need to, but it's best to. I futilely chases militia cav. Oh, since they're exhausted, I was able to catch them. Well, one of them anyway. That one routes. You can also see he's flaming my barbarian noble cav. JuLiUs is flaming my barbarian noble cav to make them weaker, because he probably perceives that they are the greatest threat. They probably are the greatest threat. You can see I have no ammo left. No ammo left at all to destroy this new box formation.
Do you have any chance?
Yeah, basically I have no chance to win this at this point. Because JuLiUs didn't leave any flanks exposed, and I have no archers to defeat his noob box, to defeat any of his hoplites. It's hopeless basically for me at this point. But I'm gonna plan to see what I can do. I'm gonna charge all my guys in at once. I leave my general behind a bit because I don't want him to get killed first. This point is to see how many people I could kill. Then JuLiUs comes in with his hammer and anvils and decimate my dudes. Yep. It's a little mass route they're going.
Victory belongs to the cunning enemy.
Very good game to JuLiUs. So now the score is 2-2. We're tied. The next battle will